the personnel, it was just a bad matchup. It was just a bad matchup for them, man. Looking at the personnel that they have on Cleveland, obviously the best player in the world, the best player on the planet, and it was just a bad matchup. Even though they were the number one seed, and that's fine, and they got a lot to look forward to in the future, man. There was just no chance that they were going to win this series, and thus it is over 4-1. The Boston Celtics are out. The Cleveland Cavaliers advance. First game of the NBA Finals is this Thursday, next week Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. What are your thoughts? I'm going to tell you, man, and I'm going to get into some of the odds here in a second, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I don't see how Golden State doesn't win this thing. It's as simple as that. Let me say this. I want Cleveland to win this series. Okay? This is one of those where I'm going to hedge my bet and I'm going to kind of play, be on the fence or whatever, man. I want Cleveland to win this series. I think it's a great thing. LeBron James coming back to Cleveland. I've talked about that yesterday when we were talking about LeBron, or the day before. I think it's a phenomenal thing, LeBron coming back to Miami, the letter that he wrote and all of the reasons why he left Miami. You left South Beach to come back to snowy, rainy, crappy, bad weather Cleveland. You have a bigger purpose. And so I like that story. I like that storyline. I want to see LeBron James win another championship. I hate what Cleveland or what Golden State has done. Very reminiscent of what happened when LeBron went to Miami and why I was so mad at him during those years. I hate Kevin Durant going and stacking a dominant team, a team that's already dominant. I hate that. I despise that in today's basketball. That whole phenomenon of the best players going and teaming up with the other best players. I hate that. So I want them to lose for that alone. I also don't like the Golden State Warriors still from the fact that Mark Jackson was let go prematurely before he got an opportunity to get a championship there in Golden State, for whatever reason that may be. So I have no rooting interest for Golden State. They're fun to watch. I'm not denying they're not fun to watch. They are hella fun to watch. I want the Cleveland Cavaliers to win. For the record, I want the Cavaliers to win. But if I had to put money on, my last dollar I had to put on this damn series, man, Golden State just has too much. On any particular night, man, those four guys, and I'm including Draymond, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Draymond Green could get hot from three-point land. How sick is that? Draymond Green could get hot and hit 3-4 three-pointers and just dominating on the defensive end, obviously, and does all things, right in his game. I'm talking about Draymond Green. And then on any given night, Klay Thompson could go for 40. Kevin Durant could go for 40. Steph Curry could go for 40. Chances are two of those guys are going to go for probably 30 points. It's just too much. They got too much talent coming off the bench. You talk about Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston. I mean, they got too much. Now, I do think that Cleveland will probably get a couple of wins. Maybe this thing goes 6 or whatever, man. But at the end of the day, it might even go 7. Hell, what the hell? It ain't like they don't have great players. LeBron James, phenomenal player, obviously. Kyrie Irving, Uncle Drew is that dude. But Golden State just has too much. What are your thoughts, man? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read some of these messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. James, the big truck driver, put your money on Cleveland. Hashtag Georgia Tech. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Georgia Tech has to do with that. From BS3 Sports. What up, BS3 Sports? Pick your poison. Durant, Draymond, Steph, Klay, and don't sleep on Iguodala. He said Iggy. Right. I mean, it's just too much. It almost should be against the rules to have that much talent on one team. And sports is different than any other normal job whenever you start comparing professions or whatever. Well, Doug, you can go to one company to another company if you want to. If you worked at one radio station, another radio station offers you, more money and better benefits or whatever, you can go. Why can't players do it? Because you have to have parity in sports. or it doesn't work. I mean, it's going to work. It's going to work for a time period, but over and over and over again, I mean, you think it's a coincidence that 3 years in a row you got the same two teams in the finals? That's not a coincidence. That's not one of them coinky-dinks. That's not. 3 years in a row you got the same two teams in the finals? Oh, yeah, one team that should have won the finals last year in Golden State, they pick up the MVP of the NBA at one point. Kevin Durant won the MVP a couple of years ago. How is that possible? Okay? It's not a coincidence, man. It's not a coincidence. And you're right. Pick your poison. They just got too many great players on that squad. Sidney Jackson, those jump shots don't fall in the finals like they do in the regular season. I hear you, man. But as I just talked about, a couple of the guys might be off. But one of them three guys is going to be on. And clearly they understand that basketball and shooting goes in streaks and percentages bear themselves out most of the times. And so it's very easy to recognize that early on in the game, Steph's shot is a little bit off. We're going to get the ball to Kevin Durant or Klay Thompson. Kevin Durant can't hit the backside of a barn tonight, so we're going to get the ball to Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. Wow, Draymond Green seems like he's on fire tonight. Let's keep feeding it to Draymond. Sidney Jackson, he says, parity in the NBA has never existed. In the 80s, only 5 different teams went to the finals. You know what? To a large degree, what you're saying probably has a lot of truth to it. I know it has a lot of truth to it. But there was more parity than 2 teams, okay? 2 teams, all right? You had more competition. You had more than 2 teams go to the NBA Finals 3 years in a row. Much more competitive from what I can remember in years past than the last couple of years. You know good and well, especially the last 2 years, you knew good and well last year and this year that the Cleveland Cavaliers were coming out of the East. You've known for the last 3 years without a doubt. I mean, did you really think San Antonio was going to beat the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series? Did we really think the Houston Rockets were going to beat the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series? No question. No question. And I don't remember ever it being like that. Maybe during the Bulls era, you had some dominant performances. And even during the Bulls era, man, the Pistons were tough. The New York Knicks were tough. I hate to even say that because we got a lot of New York Knicks fans that listen to the show that I always hate on the Knicks about. But the Knicks were tough, so they had tougher competition. Just those 2 teams alone always put up a fight with the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan during his era and his dominance. It just doesn't seem like that now, man. From Corey, Seasmall, I think Golden State Warriors needs KD to make timely baskets when Cleveland goes on a run. He doesn't need to be the MVP for the series. To me, Golden State Warriors play better without KD. The ball moves more. From Clay Toe Jam, Damn Davis. No, that means the Cavs and Warriors have drafted, traded, and got free agents. They have. The free agent part is a big part of that, though. I think the free agent part, i.e. Kevin Durant to Golden State, is a huge part of that statement you just made. From Sidney Jackson, no, it wasn't. In the 80s, it was either the Lakers or the Celtics. But they faced better competition. And I don't have time to go in and look at the competition and what the records were in the playoffs during those eras. It just seems like it. You tell me if I'm wrong or not. You do the research and tell me were there not more competition surrounding the 80s Lakers teams in the Western Conference and the Bulls of the 90s in the Eastern Conference. From Duncan and Dodgers, 6 different teams have won the title since 2010. Let's see what we got here. Cool Cell question. Who in the hell is going to guard KD? LeBron? Love? LeBron can't play the whole game and guard KD. He will cramp up like he did versus Spurs in the finals. That's another good point. I guess they're going to put Iman Shumpert. It's going to have to be Shumpert, I guess, and LeBron trying to guard KD and Klay Thompson, I guess. But still, Kyrie Irving isn't the greatest defender in the world. Y'all know I love Uncle Drew's game. I think he's phenomenal, but defensively he's not that great. I think he takes it as a challenge to try to stop Steph Curry. I believe that he takes it as a challenge to try to stop Steph Curry so he plays better defense because he feels like that he should be getting as much of this love or he's just as good or better player than Steph. And so it always seems like he takes it personal whenever he guards Steph Curry. So we'll see. From Clay Toe Jam Davis, even if the Cavs play LeBron in all 40 minutes, he's not guarding everybody. He just can't. He just can't. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Thorny Switch from Sidney Jackson, 1989 Detroit Pistons 4-0 Los Angeles Lakers, 1998 Los Angeles Lakers 4-3 Detroit Pistons, 1987 Los Angeles Lakers 4-2 Boston Celtics. She goes on, and I guess she's arguing my point because they have a couple of losses as opposed in the playoffs this year where Golden State and Cleveland have just rolled through. What's the 12-1, 12-0? So the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs this year, 12, 24, 24-1 in the playoffs. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. And once again, 3 years in a row, these two teams are in the NBA Finals. The first time that's ever happened. That's an indicator more than anything else. And I'm sure you probably can go back and look and find, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, times where the Lakers were dominant in the 80s, times where the Bulls were dominant, obviously, in winning multiple rings. But you can't go back. The fact that this is the first time ever you've had the same two teams make it to the NBA Finals 3 years in a row says a lot. Period. It says a whole hell of a lot about basketball today in 2017. Yeah. Go on the record. Who do you like? Who do you like to win the NBA Finals? Give me your reasoning. Tell me why it's going to go down this way. Speaking of which, when we get back from the break, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the finals and what Vegas is saying about it. Yeah, it's crazy. The Cleveland Cavaliers won the championship last year in dramatic fashion, winning 3 games in a row. Okay? They had to win 3 games in a row. The gun was to their head. They had to win, or it was over. They were down 3-1. Vegas even likes Golden State. We'll talk about it up next. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Back in 3 minutes. Don't go away.
While you burning up, I feel the breeze up the freeway.
Ooh, Mary, baby, I
asked her, could I hear there was nothing she could say?
Trust me, boo, I would never
leave. Am I very solitary confined? I find myself dealing with time, now that she's dealing with time. Dealing with time.
Yo. Now I'm in love with this girl, and I never really told her, but I swear she know it cause of the way that I hold her. Don't care that I'm out in the street, stuck in the heat, cause she know the more I eat, then the more we meet, then the more I'm having sex with her. It's just the way she smells, her body aroma, I gotta be next to her. With money in my pockets, then I gotta be vexed with her. Mad when I can't touch, mad when I can't nut, but no matter what, that's my shorty. She been there before the yak, the crack, the jacks in the 40s. Love the fact I'm on wax, and they always recording me. She say she want me richer than Barry Gordy, always with other dudes, so she don't mind when I cheat. Just make sure I wrap it up when I'm tapping them freaks. We went from hours to days, from days to weeks. Now I'm in love with this broad till I'm eternally sleep.
While you burning up, I feel the breeze up the freeway.
Ooh, Mary, baby, I
asked her, could I hear there was nothing she could say?
Trust me, baby, I would never leave.
Am I very solitary confined? I find myself dealing with time, now that she's dealing with time. Dealing with time.
Ooh, Mary, baby, I need you. No matter how rough it get, I can never leave you. Our bond is real strong, like Freeway and Seagull. Even though just knowing you makes me illegal. And it ain't an age thing, dog, she older than me. She got some people calm, some colder than me. Got some people rich and others owing they peeps. And she real flammable, like oils and grease. Since I've been with her, dog, she done changed my life. Turned my lips the same color like white and rice. Let me know who is real and who real tripe. can't front though. She done made me nice on the mic. It's like the more I write, the more I recite, the more I spit. She keep dudes saying I'm tight. Broke up for 3 months once when we had a fight. Now I'ma stay with this chick until it's time to see the light.
You burning up, I feel the breeze up the freeway.
Ooh, married baby, I
asked her could I hit, there was nothing she